Here we find the Fourier transform of double-sided real exponential function x of t is equal to e power minus a modulus of t. So x of t is given as e power minus a modulus of t. So mod t is given, no? So since it is mod t will be taking two values here. So mod t will be equal to minus t for t less than or equal to 0, whereas mod t will be equal to plus t for t greater than or equal to 0. So modulus of t will be taking two values. Mod t will be equal to minus t for t less than or equal to 0. It is equal to t for t greater than or equal to 0. That is why e power minus a mod t will be taking as e power minus a into minus t for t less than or equal to 0. So e power minus a mod t will be equal to e power at for t less than or equal to 0. Similarly, e power minus a mod t will be equal to e power minus a into t, that is equal to e power minus at for t greater than or equal to 0. Just now we have discussed, no? Mod t will be equal to plus t for t greater than or equal to 0, whereas modulus of t will be equal to minus t for t less than or equal to 0. So that is why e power minus a mod t will be taking two values, e power at for t less than or equal to 0, e power minus at for t greater than or equal to 0. So that is why x of t can be written as e power minus a into minus t, and here for t less than or equal to 0, no? So when you have signal for t less than or equal to 0, we will be representing it as u of minus t. U of minus t is having value only for t less than or equal to 0. And for t greater than or equal to 0, what is the value? It is e power minus at. So into u of t. U of t is having value 1 for t greater than or equal to 0. So that is why this function will be multiplied with u of t, whereas this function will be multiplied with v of minus t. So e power minus a mod t can be written as e power at u of minus t plus e power minus at u of t. So now we'll find the Fourier transform of x of t. So it can be written as x of omega is equal to integral minus infinity to plus infinity x of t e power minus j omega t dt. So what is x of t is given as e power at u of minus t means what? For t less than or equal to 0. So what is the range for t less than or equal to 0? It is minus infinity to 0. So for minus infinity to 0, we'll be having the function e power at. From 0 to infinity, we will be having the function e power minus at. So this integral will be divided into two parts. For negative integral, negative range, it is e power at. For positive range, it is e power minus at. So it can be written as integral 0 to minus infinity to 0 e power at e power minus j omega t dt plus 0 to infinity e power minus at e power minus j omega t dt. So this can be, we combine these two exponentials, t is common, no? So integral minus infinity to 0 e power a minus j omega t dt plus 0 to infinity, here also minus and t is common. If you take minus and t common, we get e power minus a plus j omega t dt. Now we do this integration. So we get e power a minus j omega t by a minus j omega. What is the range? Minus infinity to 0 plus e power minus a plus j omega t by minus a plus j omega. What is the range here? 0 to infinity. Now substitute the limits. So we get, what is the upper limit? E power 0 minus e power minus infinity. And here what is the upper limit is infinity, no? So if you substitute infinity, we get e power minus infinity minus e power 0. So it is divided by a minus j omega. Here it is divided by minus a plus j omega. So now we know that, see here, e power 0 value is 1, e power minus infinity value will be always 0, and here e power minus infinity value will be 0, e power 0 value will be 1. So minus minus you have no here, this becomes plus. So what is the term we get here is 1 by a minus j omega plus here 1 by a plus j omega. So the resultant term will be like this. It is 1 by a minus j omega plus 1 by a plus j omega. Now you take LCM, and if we simplify, we get 2a by a plus j omega square. So from this we can say that e power minus a mod t Fourier transform is 2a by a square plus omega square. So this is very important. You should remember this. So what is the Fourier transform of e power minus a mod t? It is 2a by a square plus omega square. Now we find out what is magnitude response and phase response. This is our x of omega. The magnitude response is given as mod x of omega, modulus of x of omega. Because it is having only the real part, there is no imaginary part. So the magnitude will be equal to the same thing. So it is 2a by a square plus omega square for all omega. Since there is no imaginary part, what is the phase? Phase term will be 0 for all omega, because you know that what is magnitude? It is square root of real part square plus imaginary part square. So since there is no imaginary term, we get only the real part. So it is 2a by a square plus omega square. And what is the phase? It is tan inverse imaginary part by real part. Since there is no imaginary part is 0. What is the angle? Will be 0 for all omega. Now we'll be plotting the signal in time domain. So what is the signal? It is given as x of t is equal to e power minus a mod t. So for positive values of t, what is this? It is e power minus at. So it is exponentially decreasing. Whereas for negative values of this, it is given as e power at. Okay, so t is negative value, no? Negatively decreasing, no? So we are getting decreasing function both positive side and negative side. Now you draw magnitude response, substitute omega is equal to 0. So you get 2a by a square, no? So it is 2 by a. When omega is equal to 0, what is the value we get? 2 by a. When omega value increases, what happens? The magnitude decreases, because omega is in the denominator. Where omega increases, the magnitude decreases. And the angle, just now we have discussed what is the angle. The angle is 0. So angle x of omega will be 0 for all omega values. Thank you.